what they were going for with this. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they did deliver on the fatalities. I mean, probably one of the best parts in the movie for me had to be when Jax killed Reiko and he clapped that boy head and it exploded like butt juice all over the place. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, these motherfuckers work. And it's just crazy how also Jax, when they put these little arms on Jax, I'm wondering, did these guys do they got Stark Tech in the Outworld? Because Jesus fucking Christ, Jax had these 10 metal arms, looked like they was rusted and disgusted. And the minute he needed to find his Kana, these arms fucking Stark Tech out into some gigantic ass arms that make them, and they were way bigger than his body. But like I say, I guess the best part of the movie for me was when Jax clapped Reiko's head and it was like, yeah, these motherfuckers work. You know what I'm saying? Because at first in the movie, he was like, they don't work. He was punching in the bag and he was looking all pathetic. And he was like, yeah, they just don't work. But at this moment, they work just fine. He was like, these motherfuckers work. You know, and I guess. Cole, honestly, I'd have to say that Cole Young's story in the movie probably felt the most genuine out of the whole thing to me because he had a purpose, a reason to fight for something. It all makes sense now that we've seen the movie and you understand that this is his daughter, that is his wife, you know what I'm saying? And he's fighting for them. Not just Earthrealm, he's fighting for his wife and his family. And he finds his Kana in a fight with Goro, which I must say that probably was another one of my favorite fight scenes in the movie, Goro versus Cole Young, because one, I do actually like Cole Young's abilities. The ability to absorb that kind of damage and push it back out, that shit's just cool to me. Many other comic book characters have abilities like that. And yeah, that was probably one of my best fight scenes. I enjoyed the way Goro looked. You know what I'm saying? I liked the way Cabal looked. I enjoyed Melina, even though the girl played her just looked stiff as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until she actually got to blipping around like she was Nightcrawler is when she actually started becoming a bit more, you know, likable, I guess. Maybe you want to see her more. But yeah, Cole Young's story, his fight to protect his family and whatnot, it's what helps him break through and find his Kana. His pretty badass Kana. So yeah, Shang Tsung decides at this moment right here, Kung Lao died because Shang Tsung just straight unleashed an all-out assault on Raiden's temple, which where all the combatants would go on to get their asses kicked, you know, first round, and then bounce back on the second round, which all of a sudden it started looking like they were being teleported to different stages across Outworld and Earthrealm or whatever, if you want to say. So you had, of course, Sonya Blade versus Sonya wanted Melina, but her real fight was going to be against Kano because, again, she doesn't have a dragon marking and she needs to acquire one. And who better to acquire the dragon marking from than Kano? Because Melina didn't even kill her because she felt that she didn't have a marking. She wasn't worthy to be in the tournament or her life was worthless, you know? So, yeah, she got her marking from Kano. Redemption, her tale of worthiness was over. She makes a over-the-top reintroduction back into the Cole Young Melina fight with a ridiculous ass flip and just completely obliterates fucking Melina's. She death became Melina. You ever seen that movie Death Becomes Her with Goldie Hawn? Yeah, she completely blew Melina's stomach all the way the fuck out. But her spine was still intact. So probably like I say, Cole Young and Goro was probably the best fight scene in my opinion because Cole took a beating from Goro, but in the end, Cole ended up smashing Goro in high quality flat. How you say on One Piece, flashily. He finished Goro off flashily. You know what I'm saying? He cut one of his arms off, cut him open, jammed the baton through his eye, and let him spill out on the ground. You know what I mean? And that was pretty cool. I enjoyed it, and yeah, Kung Lao died. I think I said that. Kung Lao died. Shang Tsung took Kung Lao's soul. Not till after Kung Lao the fatality cut fucking Natara ass and had Poe Natara ain't had no kind of lines in them. And she just seemed like she was just dying for a drink of blood or something. You know what I'm saying? She's just every time you see her, she breathing heavy, like she in fucking ultimate ecstasy all the time and shit. And she finally gets some action and her ass gets split in fucking half, courtesy of Kung Lao, and not in a good way. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Natara ate it. That was another thing, and Kung Lao had to pull his cheesy, flawless victory. Kung Lao wins fatality speech, and you know, it was a couple scenes in between. There was some downtime, like when they was trying to find their mana and whatnot. I mean, Kano was a funny motherfucker. Kano's character in this movie was funny as hell, and I mean, yeah. So at the end, closer to the end of the movie, they end up killing all the Outworlds fighters, and the last one they got to deal with is Sub-Zero, who shows up at Cole Young's house and kidnaps his family and takes them back to his gym, and where the whole damn place is frozen. And he and Cole begin to have not even a mediocre fight. You know, it is until fucking Scorpion shows up to save Cole's ass that the action really starts to pick up. And again, I don't know. I believe that they could have done so much better with some of these fight scenes. You know, I did enjoy the reptile situation too. I don't want to forget that. I enjoyed the reptile deal, even though he wasn't ninja reptile. He was just, reptile form, reptile. It was good to see reptile in there as well. So, yeah. I liked Cabal. Cabal was fun to watch. He had he looked like Cabal, the flare when he run behind him. You know, it was Cabal was nice. It felt like Cabal. You know, it almost felt like Liu. You know, it felt like Kung Lao. It did not feel like Sonya. Barely felt like Jax. You know, it felt 100% like Kano. Sub-Zero felt like Bihan. You know what I'm saying? Like Bihan. Hanzo, considering that you only seen Hanzo at the beginning of the movie, which everybody's seen that first 7 minutes on YouTube by now. And then you don't see him to the very fucking end of the damn movie, where you at least get to see him. That's when he shows up to save Cole, and you see him and Cole go at it. A bunch of the scenes that you seen from the trailer, where they going there and throwing each other through the eyes. Get over here, you know. It was okay. Scorpion and Sub-Zero's fight scene at the end was okay, and the one at the beginning was weak. That whole opening scene was weak. I ain't gonna even lie to you, except for when Scorpion was smashing the Lin Kuei. Other than that, the leading up to Scorpion dying, that shit was weak. You know what I mean? And at the end, they I guess it paid off when Scorpion ended up. They pretty much jumped. Cole Young and Scorpion ended up jumping, both fighting Sub-Zero, and they pretty much obliterated this cat. You know, and the Scorpion goes on to do his iconic fatality where he takes his mask off and burns the hell out of fucking Sub-Zero. and you can see the skull peeling back and shit, and you letting it was pretty nice. And yeah, he turns around to Cole and says, "Keep the bloodline alive," and just zips off in the blazes, literally. And yeah, we have a little standoff between Shang Tsung and Raiden at the end to pretty much assure everybody that a Mortal Kombat 2 will probably be in the works. I don't know how people are going to feel about this, but as far as I'm concerned, it could have been way better. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to give this one right here at least a B minus, high C at the least. You know what I mean? And that's just me being a movie guy, man. I watch movies, guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I may not, I'm just not getting my YouTube thing off the ground. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I appreciate the support. We almost at 1,000. I'm almost about to be partner. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. And I can do more of these movie reviews, and I can watch more movies if you want. Just let me know down in the comment section what you want me to watch, and I'll definitely do a review on it. But if I had to say, I'm still gonna have to say that Mortal Kombat 1994, I think Mortal Kombat 96, the first Mortal Kombat movie, Mortal Kombat. I never missed that so much at the beginning of this movie. When they played that Mortal Kombat logo, bro, I just was like, eh. And then I like how they had the tune over the, if you listen to the music in the background when things were going on, it was the old Mortal Kombat. You can hear that in the background. You know what I'm saying? In some scenes, it had different levels and different tones and different ways it was being played at times, but it was that tune. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to say that the old school Mortal Kombat, in my opinion, it's still gonna hold a top spot over this one, just because I enjoyed the fight scenes more. It felt more like a Mortal Kombat fighting movie than this one. This one was more like a story being told, a story of Hanzo, Scorpion's bloodline, and how revenge on Bihan was the end of it. The tournament wasn't even held like the typical tournament. You know what I'm saying? Shang Tsung was breaking the rules, and therefore it just led to, fuck it, let's just break the rules too. They trying to take the tournament by force now, so let's just give it back. And it was like, okay, let's do that. That's how it generally always was. So I don't see much of a retcon from the games or any other area in the movies or games or franchise. But yeah. Now, I will say that there were a shit ton of Easter eggs in this movie if you didn't catch them. From Kotal Khan to Nightwolf to Bo Raichu to Shinnok's amulet that Kano tried to steal. You know what I mean? From it was a whole lot. If the two statues, I believe, at Raiden's temple, one of them was Raiden, the other one I believe was Fujin. You know what I mean? Like, they had a lot of Easter eggs in this movie, and if you've seen any or spotted any in there that I didn't mention at this moment, drop it down in the comment and let me know. Because I will be doing another video just going over some of the things that I think could lead up into Mortal Kombat 2, and one of them mainly was at the end of the movie. And spoilers again, at the end of the movie, Cole Young tells his boss that he's done fighting for $200 and that he's gonna go to Hollywood. And his boss was like, "What you going to Hollywood for?" He was like, "I'm not going to Hollywood for something. I'm going to Hollywood for someone." You know what I'm saying? So he walks out and whatnot, and as the owner walks past a poster, you see on there it says Citizen Cage, and it has Johnny Cage belt from the game, the big Cage belt. Yes, it has that belt from the game. And I think Citizen Cage may have been referenced in the game. And if anybody can tell you that, it'll be my boy Rage King. He'll most definitely be able to let you know, because I enjoy Mortal Kombat 11. I just can't play it because of the way the game plays. But, let's see. I think that's about it that I can say about it right now. If you got any questions or whatnot, feel free to ask them down in the comment section. Like I said, I think this movie could have been much better it was good as far as gore and blood and whatnot, and the two fight scenes I believe between Goro and Cole and Scorpion and Sub-Zero at the end of the movie were pretty decent. And I did like Cabal and Liu Kang's fights. I liked Cabal fighting, period. I like to see him move around and do Cabal shit, and you know what I'm saying? And that was pretty cool. But all in all, I didn't feel. And Kano felt like Kano. And let me reiterate it when I say the characters felt like their counterpart, their characters from the game. Kano felt like Kano as far as attitude. As far as fighting, Kano was not Kano. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I just didn't like the way that they handled Sonya's character in this movie as well. She felt so weak. You know what I mean? But she still had that fighting spirit, that want, that need to be. You know what I mean? And I guess that's what sets it up for the next movie for her to be, a bit stronger next time, since they all now have their Kana and they are truly ready for what Shang Tsung has promised to bring, because his final line in the movie, one of his final lines in the movie that made more sense was, though you may have killed my fighters today, death is not the end. It's only a portal to something greater. And he commenced to bringing back all his, black smoke, which looks like Noob Saibot smoke, in my opinion, dragged Sub-Zero's body away and Goro's body away. And I don't know if anybody else's body was taken away as well. But, that just leaves some questions. And some of those questions I have, and feel free to answer those and partake in this down in the comments, was did you think that Kano's death needed to happen? And if so, since we didn't see him get claimed by the smoke, do you think that he will return in the second movie? And how do you think that they're going to do? How do you think they're going to go about introducing Johnny Cage, as well as reintroducing characters like Noob Saibot, who is Bihan after he died? Are the characters that Shang Tsung reclaimed, will they be back? And if so, will there be other characters? Like I said, I know there were Easter eggs to Kotal Khan, Shinnok, and whatnot, and there was stuff from Kitana and Jade around. It was a shit ton of Easter eggs around Raiden's temple. So it was even the if you look at the murals on the walls, one of them was a mural of Sindel standing over Jared after her and Shao Kahn had betrayed him. And one of them was a picture. There's plenty of pictures and references to Shao Kahn. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that a part 2 will be in order. I think that they need to step it up. This is just my honest opinion. After a late night watch of the movie, I just had to get this off my mind right now, and I'll get it uploaded before I even lay down. But honestly, I think this movie could have been way better. And like I say, I think I'm gonna have to give it a B minus at a high C at best. And that's just because I believe the fight scenes could have been better. I believe the storyline, the character development could have been better, considering that shit has already been going on up until this moment. You know what I'm saying? Character development should have been well past what it was. It felt like they were still just getting started, And I think that if they were trying to keep with the idea of we know what's going on up until this moment, that it could have been written better and it could have been played out. It could have played out differently. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Like I said, it wasn't a bad movie. It just could have been a whole lot better, and it left a lot to be desired. And I'm hoping that they drop another. I'd like to see more characters introduced. I do, and I did enjoy the characters themselves, But yeah, I guess it'll remain to be seen. Ladies and gentlemen, drop a like down below on the video. Drop a like down below on the video. Appreciate y'all for coming by and checking out the review. As I said, I will be willing to do more of these videos if you want. You just let me know what you want me to watch, and shit, I get it out there. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that bell for notifications so you know when I go up. When you know when I upload to the channel, and yeah, follow me on all my social medias. Twitch, I'm that bearded beanie guy. Twitter, with Beards and Beanies, Instagram, Bearded Beanie Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I'm all over. TikTok, Bearded Beanie Brother. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all have a good night, and I don't know, man. Go check the movie out for yourself. Tell me what you think about it. All right, this is just my opinion on it. Like I said, I guess I'll have to give it another watch to catch some things that I missed, but I felt that I got enough the gist of what they were trying to serve us. And yeah, it left a lot to be desired. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good night. I'll catch up with you later on in the day when I upload again. And peace. Y'all have a good one.